From the New England Air Museum, FlightSimCon 2016 and AirDailyX.net, I am here with Russ and Ralph from SimInnovations. It's so dry in here, and I'm getting dehydrated, and my mouth is just going crazy. I'm so sorry.
We're almost done.
We're almost done. Now, Russ, a long time ago, maybe was it about 6 or 7 months ago, you submitted a review to AirDailyX about this Air Manager program.
Yeah.
And I remember reading that and thinking, wow, that's really incredible. That's a great opportunity to just be able to touch everything on your screen. You can get rid of your mouse and be more interactive with the cockpit as you would in real life with all the controls.
Yeah, I mean, I was a pilot for 30 years in the airlines, and when I started using Sims, I thought, this is crazy. I mean, I have to reach over and grab this mouse. It would seem very unnatural to me.
Correct.
So we talked about adding touch control, and then they did, and it works great. I mean, it lets you everything from starting the engines to getting back to the gate. You can do it all just by touching it, just like you would in real life. You know, the buttons all work. You can turn things on and off. You can set dials. You can see the airspeed bug going up and down there as I rotate. And it's very natural. It's just like being in the airplane, but without the cost of the hardware. And you know how expensive that could be to try to recreate all that in actual hardware.
Now, obviously, a user would need a touch screen.
Right.
But assuming I had that and I have my simulator, what else would I need, and how long would it take for this to get set up and going?
Oh, not long at all. I mean, you have two choices. You can run our software, which would run the panel on the same computer, or you could run it on a different computer. That's what I would prefer, because you'd like all your graphical power available to run 2 or 3 monitors probably for a wide visual.
Right.
But once you have it networked, it's very easy. Just put the IP address of the simulator into our software, and the connection's automatic. And from there on, it's just a matter of launching the panel that you want to use, and you start flying.
Now, in a two-computer setup, what is the method of communication? Do you go through Ethernet or through Wi-Fi?
Either way, yeah. We don't see much difference in the performance either. It's very, very little lag. It works really well. I'm surprised. I didn't write the software, but I was a little skeptical that it would work so well, but it does. It seems to be pretty bulletproof, and it's a joy to not have to use that mouse.
And for those interested in the software, where would they find this? How can they get it?
Well, SimInnovations.com is our website. You can purchase it right online. I think it's about 28 euros, so I think it's quite a bargain for that
Absolutely,
price.
yeah.
Yeah, and it just introduces, I mean, it may not be for everybody. If you're just out there for gaming, you're not all that serious, you maybe wouldn't be interested. But if you have any interest at all in flying or experiencing what it really is like to fly, without a mouse, and perfect piece of software.
Excellent. And you just download it, install it?
Download it, install it. There's a plug-in.
Okay.
I will mention that we're compatible with, we can run our software on just about anything, Linux, Mac, or Windows. And the plugin is available for all 3 major platforms, Prepared, FSX, both regular and Steam, and also X-Plane.
Excellent. Well, I think we're going to hand it over to Ralph now, because you've got some more toys over here in the corner, don't you? Next, I'm going to hand this over to Ralph. Russ, thank you so much. I appreciate it. There you go. We're going to swing around over here, because you've got some interesting things going on now. On your laptop, looks like we have a helicopter that looks like a Eurocopter, is it?
Yeah, it's a Eurocopter EC-135.
135?
Yeah, it's Airbus helicopters.
And now you've got some gauges here right on the side.
Yeah, you can see them here in the simulator. Those are the same over here.
Are you able to get these gauges? Excellent.
Okay. Great.
So explain to me, what is the interface of these gauges? Are these just 3 separate small screens? How does this work?
There are mini computers inside, and these run 1 screen each.
And what do these cost?
Difficult question.
Yeah. Is this available yet, or is this something you're developing now?
It's still a prototype, yeah. And we took it here to display it and see how much interest there was in these products. It's our first hardware we will sell.
And have you found a lot of interest so far, just with your booth here at FlightSimCon?
Yeah, not so much for this hardware, because it's really it's helicopter hardware, and helicopters are really...
These are more airline pilots in here, aren't they?
Exactly. So that's a bit difficult, but people are interested in the fact of custom hardware, and it's running separately from the sim. So you only need Ethernet and power, and it operates by itself. And yeah, this is just a start. We can do anything with it. We're gonna
And you're also the lead developer behind the Air Manager program as well?
No, that's
Not quite.
the one behind
The
the
lead
camera.
developer is behind the camera. You're going to come on and talk to us about it? Come on over and talk to us
No,
about
yes,
it.
too. Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Guyan.
Okay, nice to meet you. So tell us a little bit about what kind of led you to kind of start designing and developing all of this.
Why I started developing?
Yes.
Yeah, we started like 2 years ago, 3
Yep.
years ago, I guess, and just he wanted to build a helicopter simulator, and yeah, that's where it all started basically. But yeah, we either thought that the software that was available was either too expensive or too complicated basically, or not flexible enough. And
Right.
That's why I thought I could do better basically, and that's what this all started.
Wow. And what's your technical background to be able to come together and put something, to develop something like
Yeah.
this? It's very complex.
From study, I started as like electronics, like resistors and transistors, that kind of world. But I soon moved to like programming, and that's
Wow.
how this all started.
And you've always just been a fan of flight simulation, just decided you
No.
wanted to make this. You were not. So
nothing.
how did this lead to
To this
flight
day,
simulation?
I don't know. I know nothing about aviation. People tell me about all sorts of aircraft and stuff, but
So what
No,
led
no,
you
I-
to adapt your skills for flight simulation?
it's more. I'm more like the tech guy, so I don't really need any aviation knowledge to be able to build this stuff. I think it's an advantage. So Ralph is more like the aviation guy. I'm more like a tech guy, and
Right.
that way, you can really work together, but also have like, you have the best of both worlds basically.
So when it comes to this program here, if you decide to continue along with the development, will it be something where you'll just sell the software, sort of like Air Manager as well, or would you sell the hardware along with it?
I'm not- What do you mean?
Well, for this, so for example, this is something in development that you're working on now. Is this something that you think if you sold it, would you sell it with the existing hardware, or would someone not have to have the hardware already?
Oh, no, it's going to be like a complete package, and the goal is also to, because this instrument is used in multiple models from Eurocopter, and we want to make it so that if you switch aircraft, then the instruments also switch, and it should work with X-plane, FSX, and really multifunctional.
Well, it's certainly something that I'd be interested in. All you have to do really is just change the layout as it sits in front of you in terms of where the screens are, and you have really a full helicopter interface. Well, you're doing some excellent work here. Here it is, SimInnovations, and the website SimInnovations.com, correct? Thanks so much, and continue the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right.
Thanks.